vast and troubled world, we sometimes lose our way. But I am never lost. I feel this way because dip, 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 dip.
Hey, good to see you again.
Welcome home, exhaust breath.
Oh, come on.
You know what time it is?
Yeah, I know what.
You know what time it is? You're 4 minutes late on a television network time. It's at $3,000 per minute. That's three times seven.
I'm sorry.
6,000.
Come on, let's just forget it. It won't happen again.
Oh, sure.
We'll get on with the show. All right.
Sure, he says, let's forget it.
I tried.
Let's forget it. Nothing more than fill her up and let's forget it.
No.
There's people out here waiting. What are you doing? The only thing that would excite you is if you saw a motorcycle wearing a two-piece bikini.
Now, Tommy, that's not true.
Come on, everybody, forget it. We've got dirt to discover on this show. Who knows? Maybe, Dickie, maybe jumping over hills will help in the war.
Tommy, you gotta have some fun sometime. You
liberal.
can't be serious all the time.
You have fun all the time.
Yeah.
You and your dummy little kids jumping over the thing. You might even win the Nobel Prize for handlebars.
Handlebars. That's very funny, Tommy.
Yeah?
My buddies, as you so flippantly call them, happen to be some of the greatest race drivers in the entire country. There's Parnelli Jones and Dan Gurney. There's Richie Ginther, Don Garlett, Sweet Savage, Don Perdone, and myself. And we enjoy what we do. That's right. And just because you didn't learn how to ride a bike until you were 22 years old, and now you still got training wheels on the bike, you don't make fun of my racing drivers and my motorcycles. Do you understand?
Listen, piston nose.
Tommy, don't take your failures out on me.
If I wanted to ride, you probably don't think I could ride. If I wanted
know
to
you
ride,
can't
if I
ride.
took the time, I could just climb on this motorcycle, make you look silly and embarrass all your little kids that ride around on these putt-putts. I ride the big bikes. I could ride this circles around you without ever trying because I'm Mr. Coordination.
Oh, you think so? You think you're
In fact, just get off the bike and I'll show you. Get off!
Are you kidding? This is my new bike.
Oh, get off. It's a kiddie's thing.
You know, it's
Any-
not either, Tommy.
Any
You be careful with it.
dummy can
Okay,
ride.
go ahead.
You want to see some fancy riding?
Go ahead.
How do you start it?
There's a little lever here. Now, put your foot on the lever. Now, kick back smartly.
Chambers Brothers. Jackie and Roy. And special guest star Burl Ives. The Jimmy Joy Singers, the Ron Poindexter Dancers, and Nelson Ridle and his orchestra.
Wow, look at those babies travel. On an empty stomach, too.
They won't be hungry very long. That 3 tons of hay back there ought to be enough.
Yeah. I've had enough of this cigarette. Tastes dry.
Dry, huh? Try those.
Cool, huh? Okay.
Come up to the cool taste. Taste extra coolness every time you smoke.
Okay, Joe, serve 'em dinner.
Well, that's it.
They're really going for it, too.
Yeah, and I go for these cools. Taste fresh.
Come up to the cool taste.
Try Cools, king size or long size. Both have the same taste of extra coolness. Cool Filter Kings, Cool Filter Longs. 2 sizes, 1 taste. The cool taste.
From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, meet Richard Smothers.
If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer.
There are 1,400 man-made objects whirling in outer space.
Seeing you in summer, I never would go.
The monetary unit in Albania is the lek.
Your hair streaked with sunlight,
Mace still cannot penetrate Vaseline.
your lips red as flame,
Columbus discovered Cuba.
your face with a luster
Half of all Americans over 55 have lost all their teeth.
that would put to shame.
In the state of Alabama, girls of 14 need the consent of their parents to marry, unless they have been married before.
But if I'd ever leave you,
Prince Edward of Wales was the first man to wear a crease in his trousers.
how could it be in autumn?
Eldridge Cleaver is still free.
How I'd leave in autumn, I never would know.
John Wayne's real name is Marion.
I see how you sparkle.
As of this date, no Cuban aircraft has been hijacked to Miami.
If you hold your breath and count to 100, your head will touch the floor behind you.
Autumn, and I must be there.
There were more newsmen injured at the Democratic Convention in Chicago than there were in the entire Vietnamese War.
And could I leave you running merrily through the snow?
Last year, the #1 best-selling toy was Instant Insanity.
Or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow?
In 40 states of the Union, bigamy is not grounds for divorce.
If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime?
It is impossible to tell whether or not a sea elephant is pregnant.
Now in spring, I'm bewitched by you so. Oh no, not in springtime.
There are over 22 million people living in this country under poverty conditions.
Summer, winter, or fall.
$2,600,000 was spent on President Nixon's inauguration.
There are more toilets in Disneyland than there are in the entire country of Latvia.
Hello, ladies. Once again, it's time to share a little tea with Goldie, a program designed to keep you above what's happening. Join us as we share a little tea with Goldie.
Hi again, and glad of it. Well, ladies, you've done it again. After last week's show where we discussed leftovers, I got so many hints from you ladies concerning leftovers that I just have to share a few of them with you so you can dig just where a few of you are really at. For instance, about 30 of you ladies got rid of those troublesome leftovers in exactly the same way, and I want to thank all of you ladies for mailing them to me. Isn't that beautiful? We'll eat that later. Here's another far-out idea. This one comes from Mrs. Cleo Flapner of Egg, Ontario, and she writes, "Dear Goldie, I got rid of my troublesome leftovers by gift wrapping them in a brightly colored wrapping paper and then leaving them in an unlocked car in a bad neighborhood." Good for you, Mrs. Flapner. Well, let's get settled down again. Get down to business and talk about something that's very near and dear to all our hearts. And of course, ladies, I'm talking about our faces. You know, our faces are located in a very strategic position on our bodies. They're right up front and on top, directly connected to the head. And we all know how important our heads are. If you don't, I'm sure all the heads do. So, let's be thankful for having our faces on our heads, and let's honor them and celebrate them. And what better way to celebrate them than to decorate them? Now, I know that a lot of you ladies and a few of you guys paint your faces, but I'm not talking about basic street makeup. I'm talking about super decorations, designs that express you. For example, think how much fun it would be if you went to a PTA meeting wearing one of those. Imagine what the principal would think of you. It'd be great. And you know, you can use all of your regular makeup to make these designs, like lipstick. And ladies, speaking of lipstick, did you ever stop and think about where that stuff winds up? Well, it doesn't fall off on the floor. Most of it, ladies, about 12 tubes per year, per lady, you end up eating. Did you ever think of that? So instead of having it a little at a time, why not just put it in a casserole and eat it all at once? Or better yet, next time you drive the kids to school, you can just paint a racing stripe down your face like that. Isn't that great? Hot Rod Mama's on the road again. And ladies, you know, A smile is always good for a laugh. So the next time you're feeling really down and out of sorts and blue, well, just paint one on. Then when you look in the mirror, your whole attitude will change. You know, ladies, all those groovy new eyeshadows and shades, they're great to help change your face. And why not change your face? I mean, after all, you wake up every morning, you get out of bed, you brush your teeth, you know, you go to the mirror, and what do you see? You see the same old face. So why not change it beyond recognition? So that the next time you look in your mirror, what are you gonna see? You're gonna say, "Hi, new person, who are you? Wanna fool around?" So ladies, have fun with yourselves, have fun with your husbands, just paint one on. This is Goldie O'Keefe saying, victory through vegetables, paint yourself happy in peace.
Loving care, the nicest thing that ever happened to a brunette. Loving care, very special, makes plain brown hair gorgeous without changing its natural color. Loving care just washes away the gray. Loving care comes with a special cream rinse. Loving care, so gentle, contains no peroxide like shampoo in hair colors. Loving care is fast. No mixing, no fixing, lasts for weeks. Loving care. So many shades, cool ash to deep glossy darks. Loving care. Gorgeous shades with a whole new luster. Loving care is from Claro. There's nothing like it. Brunettes are partial to loving care because loving care is partial to brunettes. Twice as many brunettes use it as any other hair color. No wonder.
I'm standing with two very good friends of mine. You might not recognize them, and then again you might. This is Roy Kroll and Jackie Kane. They're very good friends of Dickie and myself because we worked with them quite a few years ago. When was it?
How long ago was it?
1961.
Something like that.
1961. We worked in Indianapolis at a club with them, and we heard every show they did, and we became big fans. We know all the records, and it's an art form that is not done too often now, and they do it beautifully. Jazz singing. The new album that they have now is on, I forget what label?
It's Capitol.
Capitol. Yeah. It's a Capitol record, and it's entitled Grass. And it's not to be confused with your lawn. Little esoteric stuff. Roy, Jackie, I know all of your things, and this is true because we sat through show after show and all their albums that they've done previously, and I know, vocally all the things you've done because I was, before, I became what I am, I was involved in jazz. I had a lot of soul and stuff. It faded a little bit, yes. So let's do something. Pick out any song because I really do know all of this stuff.
You sure?
I said I admire both of you.
Give it a try.
Here's one. Oh, yeah. Just a second. I really know them. I mean, I don't want to do one of the things that's not that difficult because people don't think that I know jazz at all, see? So pick out something that really swings, really heavy, fast, jazz, difficult.
Something harder than that?
Harder than that because I know all the stuff.
How about, why don't we do Andre Previn singing an abstract song?
Oh,
that's a kind of a tricky
and
one.
Andy Previn's number, singing an abstract song?
Yeah, that's the one.
1, 2, 2, 2.
Sing a song, knock that on, sing a song attraction to me. Sing your song.
Both Dickie and I know all of your songs backwards. Hey, Dick, come here.
Yeah. We're sounding good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was really getting into it. There's a song. You know all their songs.
Oh, I love their stuff.
Remember
We'd always listen to them. We'd go sit there, and you'd fall off the bar stool. You'd be drunk as a skunk.
That wasn't me. That was my stand-in.
Oh, your stand-in.
They're just building an image.
Oh yeah.
Sing. There's a song we're going to
Gonna
sing
take
that
a
you
job.
know very, very well, by Andy.
You mean you want me to sing with
Yeah,
you mean
Andy Previn.
Andy Previn and Dory?
Sure,
Yeah.
join
Oh,
us.
they write such nice stuff. It'd be a
Abstract
pleasure.
song. Go ahead.
Okay.
We'll all sing it together.
Sing me song about what you call, nothing at all.
Sing a song of attraction to me. Sing me a song about meaning a word, something absurd. Sing a song of attraction to me.
Jackson Pollock really slays me. Christmas mother doesn't faze me.
Sing me a song about what you call, nothing at all. Sing a song of attraction to me.
And drives me crazy. Alfred Leslie pulls my daisy.
Sing me a song about how to go, not you know. Sing a song of attraction to me.
Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine, it's sunshine, it's the word love. In the beginning I misunderstood, but now I've got it, the word is good. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine, it's sunshine, it's the word love. Everywhere I go I know I hear it said, in the good and the bad books that I have read. Say the word, say the word, say the word, say the word. Give the word a chance to say that the word is just the way. It's the word I'm thinking of, and the only word is love. It's so fine, sunshine, love, love. Say the word, say the word. Say the word, say the word.
Men, nothing takes it off like Noxema medicated shave. take it off. Take it all off. Nothing takes it off like Noxema medicated shave.
What do the beautiful bodies wear under fluffy furs? Under thigh-high boots? Under snuggly hoods? Under slinky gloves? They wear a silky little underthing called Noxema Liquid Skin Cream. Nothing helps heal chapping like Noxema medication. It's greaseless, moisturizes rough skin. Wear Noxema Liquid, the silky little underthing that comes in a bottle.
Ladies and gentlemen, occasionally a man comes along who is a motivating force in an entire area of music. Our next guest is a great singer, a great actor, and a great man, Mr. Burl Ives.
Come on, close your eyes. Close the door. You don't have to worry anymore. 'Cause I'll be your baby tonight. Shed the light. Shed the shade. You don't have to be afraid. 'Cause I'll be your baby tonight. Well, the mockingbird's gonna sing away, and we're gonna forget it. The big black moons are gonna shine like a spoon, but we're gonna let it, and you won't forget it. Kick your shoes off. Do not fear. Just bring that bottle right over here. Then I'll be your baby tonight. Well, the mockingbirds are gonna sing away, and we're gonna forget it. The big fat moon is gonna shine like a spoon, but we're gonna let it, and you won't forget it. Kick your shoes off. Do not fear. Just bring that bottle right over here. And I'll be your baby tonight.
That was really great. That's a Dylan song. You sing it as well as anybody?
He sang it wonderfully, Tommy. And Burl, you have such a warm, wonderful, beautiful voice. Yeah. Absolutely
Well,
beautiful.
I'm glad you liked it.
Liked it. I got to tell you, it wasn't even like it was. I loved it, and we don't want to embarrass you or anything like that. But it's an honor and a privilege and the greatest highest sense as we wander life's rugged road to have you on our show.
Yeah, Tommy's absolutely right. I concur, and you're the master. If there's ever a master, you're the master.
You've influenced our careers. We've modeled our life after you, and you're one in a million. Nay, as I spake. You're not one in a million, but one in a trillion, as you
That's
wonder.
absolutely right, Tommy. There's a lot of folk singers.
But there's
around.
only one Burl Ives.
Absolutely.
Well, but now,
there's
look,
only-
just a minute, fellas. You know, I'm just an old hillbilly folk singer, that's all.
Wow, did you hear that?
I heard it, Dick.
Your great humbleness is only matched by your great talent, Burl.
You're a great...
fantastic, humble person, too.
Mr. Ives, you're a great towering god and a folk singing heaven of the world. It's a great deity of dance and song. In the great sky up there where people singing, picking songs, that's where you are, because
That's
you're
right.
You're an actual god.
And I speak for both of us, Burl. The show is yours. Anything you want tonight is yours. Is there anything you want?
Yes.
What?
Yes, let's all do a song together, then you can watch me walk on water. You said tomorrow, that today is our last day. I said there'd be no sorrow, that I'd laugh when you walked away. But a little bitty tear let me down, spoiled my act as a clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, but a little bitty tear let me down. I said I'd laugh when you left me, full of funny as you went out the door, that I'd have another one waiting, and I'd wave goodbye as you go. But a little bit of tear let me down, spoiled my act as a clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, but a little bit of tear let me down. Everything went like I planned it, and I really put on quite a show. In my heart I felt I could stand it, till you walked with your grip through the door. Then a little bitty tear let me down, spoiled my act as a clown. I had it made up not to make a frown, oh, but a little bitty tear let me down. A little bitty tear let me down. A little bitty tear let me down. When I go a-courtin', I go on the train. When I go to marry, I'll marry Liza Jane. Hey! Oh, Liza, poor gal. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, poor gal. She got on the train.
The train was bound for Cleveland. That's where we were to end. But when we got to Cleveland, poor Liza Jane was dead. Poor girl.
Oh, Liza, poor gal. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, poor gal. She got on the train.
Poor Liza Jane was thirsty. She grabbed a paper cup. But when the train got bumpy, the cup took Liza up.
Oh, Liza, poor gal. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, poor gal. She got on the train. Oh, Liza, poor gal. Oh, Liza Jane. Oh, Liza, poor gal. She died on the train.
Back with Burl, Ives, Lee French, Chambers Brothers, Jackie and Roy on the second half of the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
If you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, if you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, you'd have a better tasting cigarette. Of course, we can't guarantee it'd smoke as smooth as a Tareyton. Face it, if you want your cigarette to smoke as smooth as a Tareyton, it'll just have to be a Tareyton with the activated charcoal filter.
That's why us Tareyton smokers would rather fight than switch.
Ladies and gentlemen, chamber music was the kind of music performed during the Baroque era by a small family group of musicians playing in a small room or chamber.
You were explicitly right, Richard.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
My brother and myself feel that our show should reflect a sample of all kinds of music.
Right.
So we got together and we got a small chamber group of brothers who are almost Baroque.
And these brothers has just received their first gold album, and we know how they feel. They're probably very excited about it. It's their album, The Time Has Come.
It's a real thrill to get a gold album. I remember when we got one once.
Yeah, it's plastic.
Yeah.
I found out.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here they are. Here they are with their new release. Are you ready, people? The Chamber Brothers.
People for a brand new move. Are you ready, people, for a brand new groove? Are you ready when you go walking down the street ready for the people you got to meet? Are you ready? You got to be ready. I need you here and you need me. That's the only way it's got to be. I help you here and you help me. That's the only way you should feel free. Are you ready? You got to be right. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Are you ready, baby, when you do the boogaloo? Are you ready for the person standing next to you? When you on the dance floor, you're doing your thing. Person next to you, he wanna do the same. Are you ready? You got to be right. Got to be ready. Got to be ready. I got to be ready every day. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to be ready every day. You got to be ready. Got to be ready. Midnight hour. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. You got to be ready.
No. Isn't that great?
They're all brothers, too.
That's right, and
It's really great,
it's groovy to see some people put as much energy in their singing as we do.
as they do.
That's what I meant.
You ought to have that mustache ripped out of your mouth.
Isn't life beautiful? Isn't life gay? Isn't life perfect?
Wait a second. You know something?
No?
I just was looking as I was singing the song out of the corner of my eye. This is a song of life, and my third eye of all saying truth just whipped around in my head like that, and I noticed while we were singing the song of life that you look a little sick.
No, come on, Tony. You're imagining it. I feel
You really
great.
don't
I
well.
really feel
You don't
fine.
look well. Let
How
me
you doing?
check.
What do you?
Just as I suspected. You've got it.
Got what?
Receding hairline.
Oh, now stop that. That's ridiculous. That's really ridiculous.
Now cough. Oh, your glands are okay.
Well, thank you very
but
much.
I think that you better strip down to your underwear.
Now, wait a minute, Tommy. I can't do that.
How long have you been unable to do that?
I never could do that.
I wish
You know,
you
in
would have
front
come
of-
to me sooner. We could have straightened out this problem.
Oh, thank you very much,
So
Dr.
terrible.
Smothers.
Well, it's something about being a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I know a lot about medicine, and I know that to be a doctor is a beautiful thing, because doctors know a lot of things
And
about
there's a lot of
making-
great men have been doctors.
A
Tommy.
lot of great
A lot
men.
of the greatest men in history, like
Yeah.
Louis Pasteur.
Dr. Pasteur, and there's been Dr. Schweitzer.
Dr. Salk.
Dr. Salk. Dr. Pepper.
Lots. That figures you'd say something stupid like that, but I'd take offense to that, Tommy. You shouldn't speak lightly of doctors. They dedicate their whole lives to medicine. It takes a long time to become a doctor.
It doesn't take so long to be
Listen,
a doctor.
it does too take. You know, it takes a. You have to do about 22 years to be a doctor.
You Maybe some slower guys, but most of the... I know some guys that don't have to do 22 years.
How many they have to do about 22 years to be a doctor?
I know a doctor who didn't.
Who?
Dr. Spock.
What do you mean?
He only has to do about 4 years, and he may get out of that.
Now that's enough. Let's go on with the show and go on with our bit. But I want you to apologize to the doctors, Tommy. It's a very noble calling to become a doctor.
No, doctors deal with life, and they deal with love and life. And
that's right.
And I don't want to say anything, but doctors have to subject themselves. They have to subject themselves all the time to sick people, and they have a lot of doctors have an occupational disease. It's very serious. They have it's a spinal. It's kind of a. Can you see this? It's kind
That's
of
all they could see.
It's a spinal thing like that, right in the back.
What
the doctor
disease is
says.
this?
You don't know anything about medicine.
I didn't say I did. What do you mean? Some doctors have this disease. Now, what's
It's hard to explain, Dick, if you don't know about medicine. It's a spinal thing. Like
well, where do they get it?
Well, see, they have to be around sick people. Sometimes this thing right in the back. Sometimes they get this from being from people in the ambulances and at the pharmacy and some people at the hospital. It's right here, right in the back. They get it from a lot of people. Yeah.
That's terrible. What's it called?
Kickback. Isn't life beautiful? Isn't life gay? Isn't life the perfect thing to pass the time away? We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Of all the toothpastes that promise to get teeth whiter, which one gets them the whitest? Just recently, a major dental clinic tested the leading brands promising whiteness. The clinic did the brushing. The clinic did the rating. And McLean's won. Of the leading brands that promise to get teeth whiter, McLean's got them the whitest. Shouldn't you be using the winner?
I came back. I came back.
I came back to Brill Cream. I tried a clear gel, but I didn't like the way my hair looked. So I came back to that little dab of Brill Cream because it leaves my hair looking natural. We all came back to Brill Cream.
And we're glad they did.
Brill Cream, best-selling hairdressing in the world.
Well, the times may be a-changing in lots of places, but not in my town. And I've been around. Where have I been? I've been living a life of high adventure in some of the darkest and most dangerous areas of our country and the world. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Detroit. It's good to be back in civilization again. Well, sir, after 30 years, I see that Main Street is still in the same place. Polish Town is still across the tracks. Mrs. Grabowski's twins must be all grown up by now. I remember when I was a kid, my friends and I would go to Polish Town just for a joke. We'd get about 20 or 25 Polish jokes, then go home. Wonderful place, wonderful people. It's comforting to see everything is just as it should be. Now there's the Methodist Church. You can recognize it by its gold spire. And over here is the Catholic Church. You can recognize it by its graceful Gothic towers. And there's my church. You can recognize it by the lack of attendance. Well, it's nice to be back in God's country. Ah, there's Hanson's Barbershop. I wonder if they still charge the same amount in these days.
Oh, these kids today, they make me sick. It's getting so's you can't tell a boy from a girl. I remember when I was a kid, got a haircut every 2 weeks. Still keep it pretty short. Wait till the army gets them. I'll take care of them commie, pinko, long hair, peacenik, preverts. Now don't get me wrong. I ain't prejudiced against those long-haired freaks. They just ruin my business, that's all. I remember the good old days when a kid used to come in here every 2 weeks and get a crew cut. My town sure has changed. It's those long-haired creeps what ruined it with their phony language and their phony looks. Well, there you are. That'll be 2 1/4.
Well, here's 2 1/2. Keep the change.
Peace.
Remember what a haircut used to cost? Oh, there's someone there I remember. Miss Mayhew. Miss Abigail Mayhew. She taught me in high school. I guess I'll never forget her. Oh, Miss Mayhew.
Yes?
You probably don't remember me. I went to school here.
Oh, yes. You used to sit in that back row and daydream all the time, didn't you?
You remember me.
No, I reckon they all did that at one time or another.
Well, it's the middle of the day and you're not in school. Have you retired after all these years?
Oh, gracious, no. It's that senior class. You know, they want to choose all their own teachers. They want to choose their own student government. And you know, they object to censorship of the high school newspaper. I'm telling you, you know what they've gone and done. They've locked themselves in that principal's office, and they're in there rioting.
Oh, my goodness, why in the world would they do that?
Oh, I don't know. I reckon they're preparing for college. You know, they're basically good kids. I sure hope the National Guard can straighten them out.
Student government? Censorship? When I was at school, our biggest problem was how to pay for a soda at the drugstore.
George, I'm in a hurry. Do you have my cough medicine?
Yes, Miss Burl, here it is.
No, not that one. I want the one with the codeine in it.
Oh, yes, ma'am. The codeine.
Yes.
Here you are.
Oh,
Fresh
yes,
bottle,
right.
good codeine.
Thank you. Oh, yes, and I need my sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Here they are, Miss
Thank
Burl.
you,
There
and my diet pills.
The
You know, the
diet-
ones that kept you up.
That diet pills, here they are. These are the
Oh,
best.
yes, right.
Mhm.
Oh, and
Mhm.
also I'll need my tranquilizers.
Tranquilizers.
It's going to be a very difficult day for me today, you
Here
know.
you are.
I've got jury duty.
Oh, you do?
Yes, and I want to see that that Harris boy gets what he deserves.
Well, what's he up for?
Drugs.
Look at there. There's the old Broadwalk Dance Hall. I remember years ago when I won the waltz contest 3 years in a row there. I bet I could still show them a thing or two. What have they done to the waltz? What have they done to the town? Has everything changed? Isn't there anything sacred?
But Charles, we're discussing traditional values that have been in the church for hundreds of years.
What? Ceremony, teen club, auctions, bingo, raffles?
Now, Charles, let's not bring religion into this.
I'm sorry. I have no place in that kind of church work. My place is in the street. If the people won't come to the church has got to go to the people. Don't you understand?
Charles, let's continue this discussion tomorrow. I have a very important golf date.
Excuse me, Reverend. Is all your work done in the streets now?
Oh, no. Sometimes the work inside the church can be very rewarding and satisfying. This morning, in fact, I united that young couple over there in holy matrimony. It's Dick McLean's son.
Oh, Dick McLean's son? Yeah. He's a bright kid. Good boy. Comes from a real good family. Well, they sure look like they're in love. Now there's something that doesn't change. As long as people love each other and as long as there's love in the world, there's hope for all of us. Is there anyone who hasn't changed? What about Fred Hansen?
Oh, he hasn't changed.
Well, good.
He's dead.
Oh, and Ed Wilkie.
He hasn't changed either.
So he's dead too?
No, but he might as well be. You see, he's never changed.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam. I admit that the waters around me have grown. I accepted that soon I'll be drenched to the bone. If my time to me is worth saving, then I'd better start swimming or I'll sink like a stone. For the times, they are a-changin'. Come, senators and congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway. Don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times, they are changing. Come, mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand.
Your sons and your daughters
are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand. For the times, they are a-changin'. Please get out of the new one if you can lend your hand. For the times, they are a-changin'.
We'd like to thank our guests, Burl, Ives, Lee French, Jackie, and Roy, and the Chambers Brothers for a job well done.
It's been a tough night. We'd like to say who's going to be on the show next week. We'll have David Fry, Hedge and Donna, and Liberace. So good night. We'll see you next week.
Also appearing tonight were Jessica Myerson, Bob Einstein, Jerry Music, Steve Martin, Carl Gottlieb, and Murray Roman. This is Roger Carroll.
This is a thin cigarette you've been hearing so much about. Silva Thins. Latest U.S. government figures show Silva Thins lowest in tar and nicotine of all 100s, lower than most Kings. The figures don't show the rich tobacco flavor. You can judge that for yourself.
Silva Thins, the only thin cigarette that put it all together. The figures plus the flavor. That's why we call it the impossible cigarette. Silva Thins, regular or menthol.